No. We're still. Tom Rothman came in on stage, said thanks everybody, but there is one more thing. And that one more thing.
You know what though?
The old Apple.
The old Steve Jobs.
But he also should have been like Columbo. But there's just one more
thing. One more thing. And that one more thing was Jumanji. Now, I love the first Jumanji movie. I'm not talking about the Robin Williams. I'm talking about the first Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black one.
He hated the Robin Williams Jumanji.
I thought the first Robin Williams Jumanji was okay. I love Robin Williams, obviously, but I mean,
where John.
But I love the first one. I thought the second one was good, not as good as the first one. So when they said they were coming back to do a third one, I mean, the first two made so much money. Of course, you do a third one, of course, but a little apprehensive about it, like a little wondering how it's going to go. It's been like 7 years, since this new one. So I'm wondering how good it may or may not be. And of course, they just leapfrogged Dune 3 and Avengers Doomsday from 1 week before those movies come out to now they're coming out. Now Jumanji's coming out 1 week after those movies, coming out on Christmas Day. So they start off by just bringing out Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, strong start.
Can I just say that was fucking hilarious.
Why weren't they first?
They should have kicked the whole thing off.
They would have people up.
And
the whole time.
First of all, the F-bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, they swore a lot. All three of them swore a lot.
They were a little drunk.
They were
drunk. They were drunk.
But you know what?
Even Dwayne Johnson said, I'm a little drunk. I'm a little like.
But I gotta tell you, watching Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson go at each other
was so funny.
Spectacular.
just natural best friends.
Yeah, their chemistry is unreal.
Like he's like Dwayne Johnson's doing, it's so good to see all you here, and Kevin Hart's just like, will you stop? Like I don't think that was scripted at all. Like, will you stop? You're doing this whole thing. Oh yeah, you were there. You can't fucking see anybody.
You have to say that in the past, Dwayne Johnson has called out the actual theater owners.
The CEOs of the movie theater owners.
And he started doing that.
Yep. And Kevin Hart totally cut him off.
Said no.
And Rock was clearly like reading off the prompter, like what he was doing.
But he wasn't getting
he
wasn't getting the response. Like normally there would be like he would have called out Adam Aaron. Remember when didn't he call out Adam Aaron one year? Yeah.
He calls out all the movie theater owners.
But nobody was responding. And that's when Kevin Hart saw his opening and it was like, you can't see these people.
The two of them going at riffing off each other was really hilarious. You can say what you want to say, fairly so, about how maybe Dwayne Johnson's star has diminished a little bit over the last couple of years. Fair enough. There is still no more charismatic person in the world of entertainment right now than Dwayne Johnson, diminished or not. And him and Kevin Hart, and by the way, Jack Black is a perfect third wheel to that
and he
that
knew
threesome.
Exactly when to step in.
He did.
Yeah.
He knew exactly when to step in. And like Dwayne talking to Jack Black, and man, just working with you every day was such an honor. Like, not this fucking guy, but you were like,
oh no, Rock at the end was like, I love working with you, Jack Black. Like, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. And they were all, except for Jack Black, I think they were both a little inebriated, but it was hilarious. Okay, so that's great, but how does the movie look? I think it looks really good. Like the whole idea now, because different times, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, Karen's
Gillian.
Karen, it is Karen, right?
Gillen, yeah.
Karen Gillan. Their characters they become the avatars for different characters from movie 1 to movie 2. But in movie 3, those video game characters get brought into our world. And so now the kids from the first movie are like, that's my avatar, but it's actually Dr. whatever The Rock's name is.
Okay.
Dr. whatever. And it's them in their natural state, these characters in their natural state.
The default character personality.
Yeah, the default character personality.
So cool. It's so
and it was really funny. It was working really well.
Really clever.
Yeah. That's why I said
possessed. They're not possessed by a human.
So that world gets brought into our world. Hence the callback to the Insidious movie, which is Insidious and Jumanji 3 have the exact same, or Tron Ares have the exact same plot. but it looked really funny. The gags looked great. That one gag where the 4 characters are running down the street.
That was
why are they running like that?
Video game character.
Why are they running like that?
8-bit television.
Oh, but Dwayne Johnson's character, his default setting was from the Spanish version of the game. So Dwayne Johnson throughout this trailer is speaking in this over-the-top, ridiculous accent. That was so funny.
They did mention Robin Williams beforehand. I see people in the chat.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they
did. They specifically, Dwayne Johnson specifically called out.
He talked about the dice.
Yep, he talked about the dice, and he said in almost every shot of this movie there is an Easter egg to Robin Williams, and I thought that was really cool. That they did that. Anyway, Nadia, what did you think about the trailer?
It's funny because you mentioned charisma, and that was one thing that that he says. He's like charisma, like it's funny.
And he's eating. His mouth is full.
I don't know. I have like such a love-hate with The Rock for many reasons, but I feel like I at one point was like, oh, I'd rather Dave Bautista and John Cena because I feel like they actually try. And I feel like The Rock was doing the same exact. He's being himself in every single movie. But after the Smashing Machine, and then seeing him in this, I'm slowly like, all right, like maybe he's like trying to be diverse again and like actually really care about a role, because this made me laugh. Like I actually really enjoy the Jumanji movies. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give him a chance again. Like,
well, it's good that he wins you over. I mean, that's the way. I mean, you can recognize talent, which I think we live in a day and age where people just want to have their biases confirmed. And I have to say, the premise of this movie,
it's fun.
It's pretty clever.
It's fun.
It's really, and they came out and they said they have to play 3 versions.
Yeah.
3 different characters.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what that meant at first. And
Right.
I really thought this film, and Jake Kasdan, Lawrence Kasdan's son, it's
Wrote and direct this.
Yeah, his franchise. This was really clever. I mean, you could tell that this is probably going to get very convoluted by the end, like transferring between who's who, and I really thought it was neat.
I listen, I did not have on my bingo card that coming out of the Sony presentation, Jumanji was going to be one of the big highlights for me. I again, as a fan of the other movies, I really wasn't, but it was a really
And I
strong
love the title.
Oh yeah, what was the title?
Jumanji, the open world.
The open
Open
world.
World.
Yeah, when they said that, I'm like, perfect.
What a great
That's
title.
a great title.
I know, right?
Oh,
Well, I will say, similar to you, like I think Smashing Machine was like a interesting palate cleanser of like what Dwayne Johnson
has been doing lately,
capable of, and like seeing him in that role and then coming back to this, I think it made me more excited for this Jumanji, because I'm like, oh, like he's interested in playing like beyond a little bit this like paint by numbers like pop culture like idea of like what he can do, and like maybe this will open him up to being just a little bit more, I don't know, whatever, playful about like what he is, and not just like lean into like what this basic like version of him can be maybe in these original Jumanjis.
yeah, and again, I will always watch him and Kevin Hart together.
Oh,
right.
Like they're yeah.
I just, what's the one thing? Who's the comedian that we just saw recently at the club that I like so much? She did the roast of Tom Brady.
Nikki
Nikki Glaser. I remember at the roast of Tom Brady, Nikki Glaser talking about Kevin Hart. And what was the joke? She said, Kevin Hart, you weigh like 75 pounds, maybe 100 pounds after The Rock finishes.
Yikes.
I thought was, oh my God. But what was that one? CIA, was that the movie they did together? I don't care. Central Intelligence. I thought that was fun.
Dude, I like
Not
it.
an all-time great,
No, but
it was a
good.
fun movie. I will always watch these two together.
I own that movie.
Really?
On Blu-ray, right?
Not unfortunately.
All right. Well, and that wrapped up the Sony presentation. And then we went to a pretty good after party.
Oh yeah.
The food was
Black
great.
Bear,
Yeah, for 28 minutes.
For 20 minutes. We had to get back
Got the
here
best out of it.
to do this,
Open
but
bar.
we had some open bar, had some open food. It was really, we had our own private cabana, which was nice.
It's pretty good.